Myself against the wall and staggered toward the window. There was a roar behind me. I turned to see Aviana still breathing, body overtaken by water. I had only enough time to realize I would never make it.
So it's kind of an unconventional planning where we didn't come in with a 2-week plan in mind, but we're adapting to meet the needs of the kids that are here who want to learn and who want to grow as writers.
It was a lot more nebulous than I was expecting.
We didn't even really know that it would end up becoming a story that we were all working on together.
Oh boy. Well, it was really chaotic at first.
I've kind of caught myself spinning my wheels a little bit with regard to just let them figure it out, which I'm a big fan of in the classroom. So I want this kind of result, so I'm going to build in these mechanisms to create those experiences. Here it's very experience-driven.
We were in the group to make characters, and so we made a couple of them, but we discarded them after we started to make an actual story.
Someone got on the board and said, we have to think of a timeline.
And we had made a timeline that said how much time we had to develop characters, and people were trying to beat the timeline.
The conversation was just skewed off the path of the story, and so we couldn't get anything done in the first couple days. We have to listen to everybody's ideas.
Like Rogue. Luke Skywalker?
Yeah, he's the Luke. He's the young person who doesn't know what he's doing yet. He's gonna run it. He's gonna.
Beginning, like when they enter the temple, we're gonna have to start from the very beginning because there's so many people that are gonna die.
It wasn't resolved at all because nobody was communicating well, but Mr. Davis gave me the advice of just write it.
There were a lot of strong opinions and ideas for where we all wanted this story to end up, and we were all really passionate about working hard and making it the best it could be. And so sometimes it was a little bit hard to kind of meet in the middle and work out how we were all going to get what we wanted.
Compromise.
Yeah, we had to compromise too. And it never got as ugly as the circle of doom with the students, but there was probably,
I dug in my heels a couple times.
I think we probably all left on certain days kind of thinking like, oh, we're so different, and
those weren't my words.
Yeah, but
Sometimes it was like stressful.
Yeah, sometimes I would walk out with like, whoa.
Oh my god. You guys want to sit down and I can tell you?
Yeah. Everybody don't pile around the laptop.
Okay, How are you guys mentor gonna tie into this? Because I know,
Okay.
I'm trying to pitch
So
something
second
here.
part.
So I get frustrated in a group. I'm really like alpha type person.
Well, no, I don't think that's
So I do get very frustrated when I'm out of control. But and usually when I'm in a group, people look for me to be the leader, and it was kind of awkward not like having so many alphas in a room that everybody was trying to be the leader and nobody was trying to follow.
We would sit down and just talk it out and figure out what would work the best with the plot and everything like that. And as time went on, we got more comfortable with each other, and we kind of understood the way each other thought.
We learned that they were meeting at 7 p.m. at night together, collaborating, writing this story from, their homes. That's powerful. That's something that we did in class, and you hope that they'll continue the writing after they leave, but they were just, to get 12 people organized, engaged, and meeting online, working on this story, this really speaks to, the power of the model.
Well, my cool feedback.
The first paragraph I thought had really good imagery.
Roar behind me, I turned to see Aviana still breathing, body overtaken by water. I had only enough time to realize I would never make this jump.
There's like 4 paragraphs where you just like drag on about Aviana being suspicious on Arya, and I just kind of feel like that's really like unnecessary. You could probably shorten it into 1 paragraph.
Picked up the dead and moved the corpses aside. The only thing to do now was enter the temple.
control the entire camp at the end of the thing, just them working together and coming up with this product and kind of relying on each other. So, I guess at first we just thought, all right, we'll give it a try and see what happens, and thinking, how do 12 people write a story? So how far is that going to go? And it ended up being probably the thing they're most proud of.
Where we would get
stuck because one idea, there were like people who didn't really want to sacrifice it and had to maybe compromise this. Well, we'll let this go and we'll maybe take this instead just so it'll fit in with the story. So we had to compromise some of our ideas just to make the story work, and I think that really taught us all a lesson.
Sure what would happen, that the results were better than I thought they would be. You just really need to see how students reacted to it. And there were adjustments made along the way, but it was really a learning process. So
We each did our own part, and this is what we came up with.
Butterflies flutter from flower to flower in complete serenity, and the pinnacle in the center of the holiest place is a fountain, crystalline water falling from the edges. In the middle of the fountain's foundation, carved into the very marble, is the cure.
They let us kind of get creative, and like it was kind of like, you know, it's up to you, and it felt kind of like good to like know that, like, you know, this was our story and we had like free reign basically.
Yeah.